Hey babes, back from GuardianCon. This is like a recap video. It's been kind of crazy the past few days because I went out to GuardianCon Thursday, got back on Monday like afternoon, streamed, it was hype, and then left again like the next morning for like a family outing for 4th of July. So this is the first day. It's Wednesday recording this. I'm actually able to get back for a few hours, make a video for you guys. I don't really know how to properly recap all that happened at GuardianCon because there was a crazy amount of stuff happening. So many amazing people met, so many adventures, so many awesome stories, so many amazing experiences, to the point where if you haven't gone to GuardianCon yet, or even if you have, go next year. GuardianCon 18, it was amazing. If you're anybody in the Destiny community, even if you're a person who watches just one stream and you kind of know of other content creators, but you're like kind of involved with the community in that one stream, go to GuardianCon. And if anything, that'll be an encouraging thing for you all you lurkers out there, people who kind of just chill and watch streams, get involved in communities in the streams. One of the most amazing parts of this whole experience was the fact that many people in the community around my channel, other people's channels, were able to meet each other. There's a few people that only watched my channel on twitch.tv/Chadlantis. They came to the con, I met them, introduced them to other people, and they became friends, which is like the best thing ever. I think the best example of somebody doing that is Dad the Captain. He knew like 2 or 3 people in the entirety of the Destiny community who was there at GuardianCon, but he made like a huge impact, was willing to be sociable, wanting to go engage with people, just ready for more fun experiences, make new friends. And he pushed over like 100 followers on Twitter, and people know of him now and shared great stories with each other. So over this next year leading up to GuardianCon 18, be sure to get more involved in chat, say hello more often, say hi to people. I mean, if you are that guy who wants to go and just lurk all day long and never say a word, and then next year GuardianCon 18 you show up and then you introduce yourself by name, and they'll be like, dude, awesome that you watch my channel, that's cool, but I would love to be able to meet you, with also us being able to remember stories together, remember conversations together. That was like the coolest experience ever, being able to meet people that I've talked to on stream, in chat, and then the moment they say their name, because I don't know the faces of everybody because they're chat monsters, they're on the chat, I know their name. The moment they say their name, instantly I remember all the conversations we've had in the past. I remember all the funny stories we've shared together, some like awesome moments we've had in chat, in the stream, whatever, if we want flawless. Now it's impossible to remember everything, but it's still so cool remembering experiences with people who regularly hang out in the community. There's even a guy named Freemain who literally comes to my chat and just says hi. He just says a hello and that's it, and then goes to lurk just so I know he's there. But I know he's there all those days. He comes in and drops a hello. And when I met him at GuardianCon, I was like, yo, Freemain, it's so cool meeting you, dude. So I know all he does is say hi, but he comes by the channel, he's a member of the community. So that alone has developed a bond with him that I just know he's a cool guy. He's just there to chill and hang out. So over this next year, I would love to see a lot more of you being more active in chat, even if it's just to drop a hello each time you come in chat. Don't instantly go to lurk, just say HI enter. Like, that's all you gotta do. I'd love to see you come by and get more involved in the community. That way next year we can have even more friends and homies and people to hang out with. The first year of GuardianCon, I only knew like a handful of people. I met and interacted with only about 24 people total for the whole event. Even still with that, it was a cool freaking event. So cool that I wanted to go back this year. And this year blew me out of the water. It was crazy. It was just so cool. I met over 200 people this year. The amount of people I met this year compared to last year was like tenfold, which is so freaking amazing. It was shocking. It was like, I'd recommend it to pretty much anybody to get that experience in. And next year I want to push to try and meet and interact with 2,000 people. Because why not? Let's just keep going and keep improving and keep meeting more people, man. Anyway, chronological order of all that happened, I'll keep it brief. There's no way I can share every single experience and moment. As much as I would love to, I'd be here all day doing so. I showed up at Tampa a lot later than I wanted to, got a lot later start because I wanted to leave around like midday, but the marathon stream was so hyped with Professor Broman shouting out those charity donations and Dr. Lupo being there slaying on his controller, shutting down all those haters who have said that he's only good because he uses mouse keyboard, and then he's out there slaying on a controller. It was so cool seeing all that hype happening that I just got sucked into it and didn't even start packing until it ended at 4 p.m. Eastern. Now all these times I might mention are all going to be Eastern time, so keep that in mind. Eventually left the house around like 5:30, picked up my boy Dad the Captain, went straight over to Tampa, arrived at that Wing House meetup at like 8:30 p.m. And the moment I walked up, instantly, there's just homies saying what's up, coming up saying hi. I saw people I knew, so I went up and said hi to them. I was exhausted from the short amount of sleep the night before, about 3 to 4 hours. Plus, there was like that hype first day of the sub button stream that we just went even longer on the stream, and I was like losing my voice the morning of Thursday. So while I was exhausted showing up to the Wing House meetup, the energy from the hype and the environment was just fueling me for the whole night. And this Wing House probably had max capacity of like 250 to 300 people or something like that, but there were like over 1,000 people easily at this place, people flooding the parking lot into the streets. It was like a crazy block party of just Destiny community members. I got a lot of pictures I shared on Twitter, but it's like dark, so like all of them were like bad quality and blurry, and it's just, oh man. So next year I definitely want to look to get there during the day so we can get better quality pictures, and of course more time to hang out with the homies. 4 hours later, was exhausted, went back to the hotel. I stayed with that latte cup who was super nice to open the doors to us. Nathan staying like a brother to me. XC Titan, who I knew online, but it was awesome getting to know him better. A guy named Volta Sass, who I've renamed to the Voss and tried forcing on the whole weekend. I think it's growing on him though. He's also a cool guy. When I first met him, he introduced himself by Trav. Just Trav. I was like, Trav who, dude? Like, you know how many people are named Trav at this event, man? And then he said his name. I was like, oh yeah, I've seen on Twitter. Cool. And of course, the captain was there with us as well. Saturday, we showed up, got there super early. It was mega hot out. Eventually got in from the line. Walked on the floor for hours, just meeting people constantly. The moment I walked through that door, I instantly saw my homie Grenadier Jake, and we just kind of chilled and talked for like 20-30 minutes, which was super cool. Just seeing somebody who I knew online, instantly we can go and just having a conversation, hanging out for like that long. Of course, he's hella holly popular guy, so he went off and had to do other things instantly. But that's basically the story of the day, just seeing people I knew, interacting with them, saying hi, giving them a hug, firm handshakes. It just felt like we were friends all along, super clean, easy transition into interacting face to face. I was on my feet for the whole day, super exhausted. So after the convention, we went back to the hotel room, charged up our phones because our phones were always dead by the end of the day, taking pictures, being on social media, uploading stuff, etc. Then we went up to the after party, met even more people that I didn't see during the day on the floor, got some drinks, overall just had a blast. Made it back to the hotel room, had like an after party at the hotel room every night, which was lit. And we kidnapped Oop Dots. Not really, so don't get on us legally, but the dude was just like, what's up guys? We're hanging out with him, and we're all going back to the hotel room. We basically just like, let's go, dude, let's go together. It's just like, all right. So everybody's saying we kidnapped Oop Dots for the whole weekend, because that night and the night following, he was intended to be a hotel guest of ours, but he was anyway. Sunday was pretty similar to Saturday in that we got there on the floor for hours, went to an after party after the convention. Only differences were we woke up a lot later because we were exhausted from the night before, and we got to sit down for a lot more than the first day because there was a tournament happening, so we were chilling watching that happen. Which, by the way, that was the first time I saw a Destiny event, like tournament happening in person, live audience crowd, which if I remember, that might be like the first major tournament that was in front of a live audience. And that blew me away, how hyped the crowd was, how awesome that experience was. If somebody made an amazing play, or if they just fell flat on their face, people just were applauding, people getting hyped for any moment that was like amazing play happening. It was super freaking cool, and I really hope that Destiny 2 brings us a lot more experiences like that. Got back home Sunday night, last night of the after party. Really, none of us really wanted to go to bed. Nathan's saying I had to go and fly out like 5 a.m., so we just stayed up through the night until he had to go to the airport. We had the Jake Parker and the real Caterpie hanging out with us, special guests for our room that night. And the only real reason we ended up falling asleep was just because we're passing out. Like half of us actually collapsed asleep before we actually intended on going to sleep. Sunday was like our goodbyes. It always kind of sucks, man, because it's just like, man, it's gonna be like a whole year before we all interact together again, you know? The whole weekend was like a blur. A lot of people hung out, staying later. Even still, people are still in Florida like a week after the event are gonna be there. So next year, my only thing I'm gonna be looking to improve is to be there longer. Try and maybe go to Disney or something with people after. Try to have more time to hang out with the homies. Because last year was only a one-day event, and that felt like a good amount of time because I didn't know that many people. This year, knowing so many more people, 2.5 days felt like half a day compared to last year's event. It happened so fast, it was insane. So in summary, lit AF event. Be there next year or you're missing out. Thank you so much for being you. Thank you for watching. Adios, citizens.